Hello guys, do you know that when you're building a React application, you may want to hide some certain information or show some certain information based on some certain conditions? This brings us to our topic today, understanding React conditional rendering, and to see how to prevent re-rendering and mastering virtual DOMs very well. By the end of today's video, you will learn how to conditionally render user interface elements in React. You're also going to learn how re-rendering happens and how the virtual DOM works. You're also going to learn how to optimize React re-renders for better performance so we don't have multiple re-rendering in our component. So what are the use cases for conditional rendering? Maybe you want to create a login page and a sign-up page and of course a profile page. You wouldn't want to render the profile page until a certain condition is met. What are the conditions? The user must be logged in, right? And you wouldn't want to show the login page except the user is logged out. When you open an application, you wouldn't want to show any name except the user has logged in, and you can show the user name. So these are practical use cases for conditional rendering in React application. So we're going to look at 3 different ways to render components based on conditions. We're going to use the if statement, we're going to look at what we call the ternary operators, and we're going to look at what we call the short circuit operator or the logical operator. So we're going to see how that is done. The easiest way to demonstrate the if condition in rendering is by creating a state. So the first thing we're going to do is to create a state. So we're going to wipe out all we have from our previous video, and yes, I'm going to wipe out this and I'm going to create a state. I'm going to create a state called logged in, which by default the value is false. And I'm going to create a component here in our form.js. So we already have this component correctly, and I'm going to create a new component in our component folder, and I'm going to call it login.jsx. I'm going to say login.jsx. So in our login.jsx, I'm going to export login form that's going to return this. So this is going to return a form element that's going to hold my username and my password. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to import this in my component, in my app.js as a component. If I save this and I go back to our application, this is what we have. I have login, right? Let me try to make this beautiful. I'm going to break each of these lines. So this is what we have. So I'm only going to show this if a user is logged in, and we're going to control that using the state. If this state changes to true, I'm not going to show this, rather I'm going to show that the user is logged in. That means I'm going to create a new component. I'll go to my component folder and I'm going to create user, or let's call this profile card.jsx. So this is going to hold our profile card, and I'm going to do a little bit of styling, but we're going to create a style for this. This is going to be a profile card. Of course, I'm just going to say, I'm not adding an image. I'm going to say your name, which of course I'm just going to say your username, because what we are logging in is just the username, and I'm going to say logout. Right. So I want a situation where if I log in, show my username, and if I log out, take me back to the login page. This is what we mean by conditional rendering. And this user, it's going to be, we're going to get the username as a property of this, and we're going to have handle. This is going to be handle logout. So if we save this, and of course we try to call it here, right? Try to call it here, and you see nothing happens. Profile card. So let's try to let's change this to h3 so it will look beautiful. Let's change this to h3. And yeah, so back to our app.js, we have our state, and we're saying when we log in, do something. So this we're going to add on submit handler to our form. This is going to be handle login, right? This is going to be handle login. We're going to have input handler. We're going to have input handler to our input. We're going to say on change is going to be input handler. This is going to be, okay, let's name it input handler. Input handler. So we're going to accept all of these as prop. We're going to have the login, handle login, and the input handler. So if we save this, we're going to create a function called input handler. We're going to create a function called input handler, also function input handler, that is going to set our state. So when we click on inputs, we'll change the values of our input. We're going to set our state. Of course, we have the username and password. Our input handler is grabbing everything in our state and setting the name and the value. Right, we talked about it in our previous video. If you're confused, go back to our previous video. We explained what we're doing right now. So in our login handler, we're going to pass in a parameter, an argument called the input handler, right? And we have the login handler. Having done all of this, we're going to pass in a parameter to the profile card. The parameter we're going to pass into the profile card is the user data, because here in the profile card we want to display the username. So we're going to pass in parameter called user, and which is going to be username, and we have a parameter called, we're expecting a parameter called handle logout. So we're going to create a function to handle our logout operation. Handle our logout. And what are we doing in our handle logout? The only thing we're doing is to set our login to false. So whenever we set our login to false, we log out our user, right? So let me go back and explain what we have in our app.js. We don't have this. So we created a state called logged in. So this state is checking if our user is logged in. It's holding a boolean, returning true or false. By default, our user is not logged in, and we created a user state which is holding the user object, the username and password. Input, this is going to be our input, rather, username and password. And what we're saying is we're creating an input handler which is going to set our user when we start typing to our input, and we're creating our handle login, which of course when we click on login, we're going to prevent the default behavior, and we're going to set the login to true. And when we click our logout, we're going to set logout to false. Let's explain the profile page. The profile page, we're only returning JXX, holding our profile card, our username, and logout rather. And in our login page, we're returning a single parent JXX, holding our input and our login button. So if we do this, this is what we're going to have. We have all of this, but we want to conditionally render this. So how do we do that? We're going to check if the user is logged in and if the user is not logged in. How do we do that? You do that by using the ternary operator. We use the ternary operator. This is how to use it. Have your curly braces and you say logged in equal to true, show the user profile, else show the login profile. So this is what we're going to have. Let me make this look fine. This is what we mean by the ternary operators. We're using the ternary operator to check if user is logged in is true, which is our initial state. Set this, show the profile. If it is not true, show the login page. So this is how to use the ternary operator. And if we save this and we go back, we're going to see that we have the login page, because by default the user is not logged in. The logged in is false. So if we try to type this, put in our name, our miniable, and I put in my password, and I click on login, you see that the page changes to profile card, which means I am logged in and my name is showing. And if I click log out, I go back to login page. So this is how to use the ternary operator. And how do we use the if-else condition to render our components conditionally? So let's do that. Let's go back to app.js. Let's create a function. Let's create a function called render components, and we're going to say if logged in is true, return this, and if logged in is false, return this, right? So we're creating a component here, a separate component, and this is the component we are going to render in our app.js. So this is going to be the component. So instead of using the ternary operator to conditionally render in your JSX, we are creating a component that will use the if-else condition, then we're rendering the component. So this is how this works. If I save this, you see that I have the login page, and if I try to log in, it will take me to the logout profile page. If I log out, it will take me to this. They are basically the same thing, right? They're basically the same thing. So this is how to use a condition to render your component. So how do we use the short circuit or the logical operator? And what do we mean by the logical operator? The short circuit or logical operator uses the and sign. So what does that mean? Let's retract back to what we have initially. So if I say logged in is equal to true, instead of using the single question mark, I say this. This means I am not interested in what's happening in the else block. Only show me this if this is true. I'm not interested and I'm not showing. So use this only when you are interested in the first condition, in the true condition. You don't want to check the false condition. So if I do this, this will only show my profile card. But because I am not logged in, that is why my profile card is not showing. And if I change this to login card, and I say if I'm logged in, show this, right? I'm not logged in, but if I say if logged in is false, show me this. Now it is showing me the login page. So that is the short circuit operator used in our conditional rendering. In the course of explaining the if-else conditional rendering and the short circuit, we also understood how to render our UI based on state. We created a state called logged in user. We stored our condition in the state. We updated the state when we clicked the button, and React automatically updated the UI when the state changed. Now let's talk about re-rendering in React. A re-render happens in React when a state or a prop changes, right? So whenever we update our state or change our prop, a render will occur, and that means React will update the UI based on the new data or the new value that was passed to the prop or that was passed to the state. So when a render occurs, just like we explained in our video titled the virtual DOM, the React don't just update your read DOM directly. Instead, the React uses the virtual DOM to optimize updates. How the virtual DOM works, or how do the virtual DOM works? React will create a lightweight copy of the real DOM. It compares the new virtual DOM with the previous one, and it will only change the part which the data affects, right? So when I click a button, if I'm updating the user profile, only that component holding the user data will be updated in the DOM. React render is a very big issue in React, and as we proceed, we're going to see how to use different hooks like memo, use callback to prevent re-render in our pages. And that is it, guys, for conditional rendering and re-rendering in React. If you found this helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and drop your comment. See you guys in the next video.